Hi, I'm Dr. Varudhini Kankipati and welcome to my channel. One of the most common things I'm hearing nowadays is people describing their experiences with their friends, families, or whoever and calling them a narcissist. And I understand the context in which it is said, that a person who's self-centered or always thinking about themselves and nobody else, and we use it in that context to label that person as a narcissist. But I think we really need to be mindful that labeling someone as a narcissist is not the right way to use the word, and we need to be careful with the way we're using the word. The word narcissist or narcissistic personality disorder is a form of mental condition where a person has an inflated sense of self-importance. They have an excessive need for attention and admiration, and they have troubled relationships and lack empathy. They mask this sense of confidence, like they're on top of the world, they are born to be doing things, and they're going to achieve greatness. They are great. But if you unmask all of that confidence, it really is a person who has an extremely fragile self-esteem, and also they are not able to take criticism in a rightful manner. So if we look at narcissistic personality disorder, we have to be very clear that what I'm saying or talking about right now are symptoms of a narcissistic personality disorder. I am not diagnosing anybody. I'm not helping you to diagnose anybody. That is left to a clinical psychologist, psychiatrist, or a psychometric evaluation to do that. But what I am talking about is generally trying to educate or let us all know what the word really means and be very sensitive with how we're going to use it. So the symptoms of a narcissistic personality is the person feels like they are born to be great. They are great. They feel that they exaggerate their achievements to feel like, they need a Nobel Prize for what they have done. They tend to steer conversations away from everyone else and steer it towards themselves. If you see a conversation with them, 90% of the time it would be about, oh, I did this, or I was able to do this. So you can tell that the person is trying to inflate themselves and make sure others around them also feel like they are great. Narcissistic personality, they would like to try and only be with people who they measure as great or above, and they start to have conversations if they're with other people around. If they feel like they're greater or more powerful or that they're more important than the people around, they tend to use belittling words to people around, and that just inflates their own ego. Another trait is that they tend to have troubled work relationships within their home, relationships with most people that they meet. They're very careful to be able to try and get the favor of them. They're very nice in the beginning, but they have a tendency to manipulate relationships to make them feel better. So you will notice that a narcissistic personality will tend to find people who are wanting to please others. They tend to be with them because they know that they will not detach themselves from them easily in the relationships. So that's another symptom. Another symptom is that they tend to always dream about bigger achievements. They're obsessed with it. They would like to achieve the Nobel Peace Prize, or they think they can, and they start to even small work tasks, they're like, if I do this, I'm going to be the best. Nobody else would be able to do better than me. And you will notice that from when they're kids, if there's a group of kids playing and running around, you'll always see that one kid who will be like, Mom, look at me, everyone look at me. And you can tell that this is slowly becoming about them. So they have a need to direct everything from their work relationships to their personal relationships to even the work in task. They try and bring attention to it to make them feel like they're better than everybody else. Now, these are related to trying to get themselves more importance. But there's another dimension to them, which is they find it very hard to take criticism. Criticism, big or small, and even if it's positively given to them, it just does not go well for them. They feel extremely attacked. They will never even acknowledge. They will probably gaslight. They will never try and take or feel like they are wrong in any situation. And they will tend to deflect it back on everybody else, that the problem or the fault is everyone else, not them. They will also make it sound like, they've been wronged if they feel like there's no way out. There's enough evidence to show. Even in spite of that, they will then say, oh no, I physically wasn't feeling well and that's why this happened. So basically, any form of criticism is not received well. They do have anger bursts, and the anger bursts and frustration could be really intense, and you're confused, thinking, the issue is this much, why is it bothering them so much? And that's because at that moment of weakness, they feel like nobody's taking their word into consideration. So a person who's suffering from this mental condition tends to feel in a family setting that if their words are not given due value, then they will really be upset about it, and they will attack and be an attack in a very personal way to people around. They attack, like under the belt. It's so intense that they feel like they have to attack someone. Another thing is that they lack empathy. They don't know how to put themselves in another person's shoe or be able to take another person's perspective. It's very hard for them. They are very clear with what they think and feel, and it has to all align with them feeling good about themselves and that nothing is wrong with them and that they make no mistakes. So what I had briefly described to you right now were some of the symptoms of a narcissistic personality disorder. Narcissistic personality disorder is different from narcissistic traits in the sense that everyone has a little bit of traits of narcissism, but that does not mean that the person is narcissist. Please leave the diagnosis of the mental health disorder to the professionals, and tend to be mindful when we call a person a narcissist. I get a lot of queries regarding narcissism, and I know that this is a very popular topic because narcissism and gaslighting are very commonly seen, and it is a symptom of a person who has narcissistic personality disorder. But I want to take a couple of more videos in explaining the differences and how it manifests. And so I look forward to doing it. If you have any specific topics, please do leave your comment below. I love to hear from you guys. I hope that this was helpful for you to scratch the topic of narcissistic personality disorder, and I look forward to talking more in this regard. Take care. If you did like this video, please do like, share, and subscribe. Take care, guys. Bye.